Okay, so this is the Faxer program. It's very simple to use, and right now I just opened it up and I clicked on settings right here. I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out this section right here, which is going to allow me to turn my fax into an email, send it to the person's computer that's receiving the fax, turn the email back into a fax, and deliver it to their fax machine. And it'll allow me to send out many, many faxes over a short period of time over the internet. So I have set up an account, and you can use any hosting provider. I just happen to be using Concentric. And I have my SMTP server set up, so I'm going to be typing in right here my SMTP server, which is secure.concentric.com. So you'd be typing in your SMTP name. Then we've got an email address of where that's going to be coming from. So I set up a domain name called Lake Arrowhead Farms. That's my domain name that I'm using right now. You would set up your own domain name and set up an email account at that domain at your hosting company. So for me, this is going to be info@lakearrowheadfarms.com. Okay, so now I'm going to put my 2 here. So this 2 is the address at the fax gateway that I have subscribed to. And so for me, this star is going to represent the phone number that's in my list that I'm faxing to. And then the gateway address for me is rcfax.com. And I will show you how to get an account at rcfax.com, or you can choose your own fax hosting company. Now, username. So now I have a username which I set up at my hosting company, and so that is info@lakearrowheadfarms.com. So for me, that's my username is my email address. Then I have a password, and I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I'm going to type it in. Now on the port at my hosting company, on my SMTP, it uses TLS and it uses port 587. So you're going to choose these buttons depending on what your SMTP server uses and the port that it uses. So now I've got my settings all set. Now I want to load a list. So this says load your database list. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to allow me to search and find the list that I want to send to. So on my desktop, I just have a little simple list put together for the test. So I'm going to select that and then click open, and that loaded my list. Now I can click right here to select all, and then I can deselect one if I don't want to send to it. Okay? So now I've selected my list. Now what am I going to send them? What message? Well, here we've got the load message button. So here I'm going to load the message, and for me I'm going to send a document which is going to be a little advertisement, and you can send a PDF file through this system, or you can send a text file. So whichever one you prefer. You may be able to send some other like picture documents or something like that, but I haven't ever tested that out. Okay. So let's see. Alright, so now I just loaded my document. Now right here it says outgoing document name. I am going to delete this and leave it blank because I do not want a cover page. If you put a name in here, then you will end up getting a cover page. But since we're sending out faxes to businesses and it's kind of an advertisement, we really don't want a cover page. We just want that one page to go through very quickly. So I'm leaving that blank and I'm clicking OK. So now we are all prepared. We've loaded our list, we've loaded our message, and we are not sending a WinFax. That would be if you wanted to fax out of your computer. We're using a a bulk hosting company so that we can send out thousands of faxes very quickly if we want to. And then here's where I'm going to be sending my fax. So here we go. And what you see is that once I clicked on that, that check mark disappeared as that email got sent. This one, I had deselected it, and then that one got unchecked as it got sent. And that's what happens. If you have a long list, you'll just see each little box getting unchecked as that fax gets sent out. And then you're going to have a reply, some way for them to unsubscribe if they want to on your message that you're getting sent out, so that people can unsubscribe, and you can actually take that number and put it onto a special list, a text file, and then you can actually load that text file into the system so that you are not faxing to the people who have unsubscribed from your list. So that does it. That's how simple it is to use the Faxer program.